Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome to City Car Driving. This is a game that I've wanted to do a video on for actually years. I wanted to do a video on this even on my last channel, even before Figureight was even an idea. I've wanted to do a video on this game, and that is because I've played this game. Actually, I played this game back in like 2011, 2012, I think it was. It was a very long time ago that I played this game. But it is finally out on Steam as of today. You may be wondering, how the hell did I play a game that wasn't on Steam? What is this? This is crazy. Well, the only way to actually buy this game before Steam, or before today on Steam, you had to sort of go on their website and pay with a credit card, and it was sort of quite insecure, and I didn't really like that idea. So actually, are you going to go? Come on, flash, flash. I don't actually know what button my... There it is. There's my horn. Come on. Come on. Actually, there's a red light. I don't even need to beep them right now. So yeah, for most people, including me, I have only played the pirated version of this game. And, I mean, it sounds bad, and I'm going to admit to playing the pirated version. But it's only because it was so difficult to get hold of. But now it's on Steam, there are no excuses. And that is why I have this Steam version. And I can now play on Steam, which I'm very excited about. I don't even have to show you the video to tell you guys that this is a pretty cool game that you should probably consider buying. But I will let you know a couple of things about this game, first of all. Firstly, if you've only got a keyboard, the handling's kind of terrible, and it's kind of difficult to play with the keyboard, quite honestly. If you've got an Xbox One controller, which I have, apparently I can't get it to work. I don't know if it's a driver issue or something, but it won't recognize my controller. Maybe it's a problem of mine. But apparently 360 controllers and stuff do work, but I can't really tell you if it's a good idea. But what I have played this game with is the Logitech G27 steering wheel. Sadly, I don't really have the means to set it up right now, but I do have that wheel, and I have played this game in the past, and it was bloody fantastic playing it with the steering wheel, because this game allows you to use things like the H shifter, so you can actually shift properly as if you're driving a car. It has proper like 900-degree steering. Actually, I think 720 I think is probably the more likely in a normal car. It had all of that, so cars get... Good damn! Didn't even give me a second's thought. He just pulled straight out in front of me. So with the steering wheel, this game is actually really enjoyable to play. And apparently, it also now has Oculus Rift support. Haven't got my Oculus Rift set up, but I love the idea of that. Maybe I can get around to that at some point if you guys are interested in seeing that. I'll have to sort of set my Oculus Rift up. It's been sitting in a box for like years now. Maybe I'll bring it back out for this game. So, for those of you who don't know what this game is, the whole idea is you're supposed to drive around in this city and drive properly and learn how to drive. And I actually think that, I mean, it wouldn't give you the be-all end-all. You couldn't sort of learn to drive in this, then jump straight into a car and know exactly what's going on. But I reckon this can really help someone who is learning how to drive, learn how to drive properly, how to sort of anticipate different events happening, and all that sort of stuff. The AI is actually pretty cool in this game that you can even control. I'm currently driving in free ride mode at the moment. You can control even like how rarely a situation would occur, such as someone driving in your oncoming lane, someone sort of... Come on, would you go right already? Okay, as you can see, by the way, this camera turning here with the keyboard is absolutely terrible. That's why most of the time I'm using my mouse, because that steering following thing is actually pretty awful. But what the hell was I talking about again? Oh yeah, situations. Oh shit, well there's a situation right there. I've just slammed into the back of that car. Oh dear, I'm going to just slowly reverse and slowly drive away. Sorry about that. Oh dear, okay, I'm starting to bugger up. I just want to get out of that mess. That was terrible. So you can control situations like people driving into your oncoming lane, people cutting up in front of you, suddenly braking, people suddenly stopping. Also, other people sort of breaking the law as well around you, having to deal with all that. People speeding, people undertaking you. All this stuff is added into this game so you can have a proper, realistic experience of driving around in a city. So currently, as I've got this set up, I'm driving a Lada. I'm driving... Actually, this is a Camry, sorry, not a Lada. I'm driving with an automatic gearbox. I will try to attempt to drive with a manual gearbox in a minute using a keyboard, but it is kind of difficult. And I'll try and use the clutch as well, so you can see what it's like, even if I'm only using the keyboard. And I'm driving this with European driving rules, which is why you might notice the European plates. Actually, they're English plates, really, but they're supposed to be European plates. So you may notice we're driving on the right, and the car is left-hand drive. We can also drive to the rules of the United States, which also changes all the road signs to apparently the United States. And we can also change it to rules of the Russian Federation, which is what this game was originally designed to be. Can we go? Are you telling me that they can only go left, but we can't go right? Where's this guy up to? I don't know. Maybe he has got the right of way. Maybe I am wrong. I can't actually see the light from here. And the other thing is you can also drive by the rules of Australia, which means you can have it so you drive on the left and you can have your car right-hand drive. They've also added a couple of Australian cars that are always right-hand drive, which means you can also experience driving right-hand drive on right, like this, where we're driving on the right-hand side of the road, which is a pretty interesting concept, especially for me being from England and having driven in the European Union. That was something that I've actually had to experience before as well, with a right-hand drive car driving on the right. So this game can even utilize that for you. I assume it also means we can drive left-hand drive cars on the left as well. I think we might actually have to test that out in a minute. So currently I'm in Figureight, but there is also this whole thing we drive on this like learning to drive course. You have to sort of like do slaloms and hill starts and stuff like that, which is very interesting because if you've got full clutch control with a G27, you can actually learn how to do hill starts and stuff with the clutch in the game. This is absolutely amazing. There are so many details, including different weather, time cycles. In fact, what I'm going to do right now is, now that you've seen driving on a normal, this is European law road, let's actually switch up now. I'm going to go and switch it to the Australian driving. Whoa, this is what I mean. There we go. There's a situation right there. Someone just cut straight across his lane into the oncoming lane. That is the sort of thing that you have to deal with in this game. This is absolutely amazing. Right, let's actually switch this over now to the Australian driving system. Right, so for me to do that, I'm just going to go to profile, and when you make the profile, you can choose the country that you're driving for. And it has like America, so it has system sign, the sign system, and the road traffic regulations of the US. Haven't actually tested that one out yet. I think we'd test that one out in the end. But here we have Australia, which is left-hand traffic, and then we have European Union and Russian Federation. So I'm going to go for Australia. I'm going to copy it from my EU, which is basically just going to take my keyboard things. I'm just going to put this to Aussie for now. There we go. So they're up. So now we have an Australian profile. Let's go back to free driving then, and I'll also at the same time show you all the different things you can change here. So in area, we have loads of different things. So we have the test track. We've got Old District, we've got Modern District, we've got Motorway, we've got Highway, we've got Country Roads. So we've got a bunch of different things that we can change here. Apparently this seems to have changed from when I played this yesterday, because Modern District had a couple of extra bits, unless I've done this wrong. Oh, that's weird. This has actually changed from last time I played it. Okay. So there's all these different places that you can drive around. So let's go for the Old District this time, which is also, by the way, this whole thing is based on Russia, which is why you'll see in a minute that the left-hand driving with Australia doesn't entirely make sense. But you'll see that in a minute. So we go to transport. So these are all going to be left-hand drive. It doesn't actually... There we go, steering wheel left. There we go, it does actually say on all of these. But I want to select this. This is either this Ford Ute here, or I believe this is a Holden. But don't Holden me to that. Sorry. And I'm going to go for the Ute because that's a proper Aussie thing. And I quite like it in red. And I'm going to go for the automatic gearbox for now. And then we'll do the Russian driving in the Lada with the manual gearbox towards the end of the video. So there's that car all set up. There we go. We also have seasons, weather. So we can have it between summer and winter. So in the summer we can have rain. And in the winter we can have snow. So let's go for a bit of snow. Actually, that's not very Australian, is it? There we go. We'll have it like a nice Melbourne day and have a bit of rain. And let's change it to evening as well. So we can have a rainy evening. Traffic, you can change all this sort of stuff. The vehicular density, the traffic behavior. So you can make it so it's really aggressive and extreme driving conditions. Or you can sort of start off at cautious and work your way up, maybe. So I'm going to go for fast-moving traffic just to make things exciting in this video. Traffic density up to maybe 50 because I don't want it to be stuck in traffic jams the entire time. But again, you can have it on 100%. But I'll go for 40, so it's just basic. And pedestrian traffic density, we'll knock that up to 30. By the way, one of the other situations is pedestrians can also sort of run out in front of you as well, which is, it's supposed to simulate all these different types of things that can happen in a real-life environment. Route generation, there's a bunch of things you can change here. I've also made it so that minor violations are admissible because I've been dicking about, and it's very hard to not do those sometimes, especially with the keyboard, so I've got that ticked. These are all the things to do with the routes that it assigns to you, but I haven't really played with this yet, so I can't tell you much about it. And I've just ticked free route for now. Emergency situations, this is what I was saying. You can change how the dangerous change of traffic, which you can make it as rare or as often as you like. I've set everything to rare because I feel like this is the most realistic. Because even then, like, I've never in my entire life had someone come into my oncoming lane. So, you know, some of these things are going to be rarer than others. Maybe you want to stick that to never. I'm going to stick that to never. Emergency braking. Let's sort of like just turn this up a little bit. Maybe make that often. Dangerous change of traffic. Let's do that to very often, just so I can see what happens with this braking of traffic light. Let's make that to very often. Appearance of a traffic control at the crossroads. Apparently that won't happen with this one for some reason. I don't know what makes that grayed out or not. This seems to have changed slightly from when I played this yesterday. So maybe there's going to be a few updates and stuff for this game for now. Pedestrian crossing in the wrong place. We'll knock that up to often. We'll have that as never because the oncoming car stuff is a bit dangerous. And rare emergency braking. There we go. Let's just knock that up into random situations. And let's go drive around in Australian-style Russia. Okay, here we are in rainy Russia that's not Russia, that's supposed to be Australia. Now, I haven't actually shown this part in the video, so I'm going to go for the whole process of starting up a car. So right now, actually, let me just take my seatbelt off as well. If you look in the top left, you can see we've got a bunch of symbols that are supposed to be what's shown on the dashboard. As you can see, I currently have my seatbelt off. So I'm going to press B and put my seatbelt on. It makes you put your seatbelt on every time. I guess it's to sort of like drill into your head that you've got to do something before you start the car, which is to put your seatbelt on, which is a nice addition. So let's go ahead and start the car up. There we go. She is all started up. And I'm going to press L to turn my lights on. I'm also going to press Tab. There we go. Look at that, to put my windscreen wipers on, which is a pretty cool little feature. You can even see that the sort of water runs down and then it wipes it away. That's amazing. And if I press it again, we even get a slightly... In fact, let's turn it off. There we go. I've now got it in super fast mode if I want to have it that way. But I'm just going to put it on that for now because it's not that bad rain, really. Then we have to take our handbrake off, and I've got my finger on the brake, and that's going to allow me to change gear, because otherwise if I don't have my finger on the brake, I can't actually change gear at all. So I'm going to slide that down to reverse, because we've got to reverse out of here. And now if I let go, there we go. We're starting to move. Now I have to apologise straight away that for some reason these Australian cars with their big meaty engines and stuff, they create a lot of distortion on the game audio, and I can only apologise that it's going to sound like trash. So perhaps I won't do too much driving with this. But you'll hear the distortion as soon as I start driving. You get a load of that? It sounds awful. Oh yeah, we're driving on the left now, aren't we? Whoa, there was a cop right there. Wow, it even has the Australian police cars. That is a cool addition. It also, let's just go to the outside view, by the way. Look, it even has Australian plates, although they are slightly European-sized. But they are Australian-looking plates nonetheless. Oh, and by the way, yeah, we can drive with it outdoors like that. And we can also have a driving... If you've already got the steering wheel, you can also... Yeah, let me just park up for a second here. You can also go to settings, and you can get rid of... You can add virtual mirrors if you wanted. You can get rid of the steering wheel. There we go. So that will actually hide the steering wheel for you and put in those mirrors and stuff for you if you wanted to have all that. So if you have the steering wheel in real life, you can, you know, get rid of all that. Or you could just change your view to that. So it's right above where the steering wheel is. But I like to have it on this one because it looks pretty cool. God, that sounds awful. Right, okay, let's just go to drive. Are they gonna... No. Okay, this is still Russia. This is still apparently Australia, even though only some of the cars are Australian and most of them are Latvian. Okay, this sound is absolutely terrible. I'm definitely going to be turning this down because that just sounds absolutely ridiculous. This sounds absolutely awful, but I have noticed... Whoa! Okay, I've just pit maneuvered that car. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I did just notice, by the way, as we're sitting here, the water sort of like sits on the windscreen kind of normal. And it also has the drips that are coming off from the top of the roof. But as we start driving, watch what happens to the rain on the thing. It starts to go upwards. What an amazing little touch that is. Apart from the sound. The sound is really letting this down. I'm going to have to turn this sound almost probably to 0 for this part of the video so you guys don't have to cope with this distortion because it is pretty terrible. So yeah, as you can see, we're driving on the left. It's still designed to be Russia, and this is why I think it's not a great idea for this whole left-hand driving thing, but it's a nice addition for those of you. Whoa, okay. There's a lot of people changing lanes, and I think I just caused him to crash as well. I might have to turn that down because I think we'll be crashing every 2 seconds because I'm definitely driving recklessly. Come on, let's just reverse out of this. Come on. Here we go. There we go. He's starting to drive off as well. What a cool guy. So yeah, it's nice that the feature was there, but I don't think it's a great idea. So I think I'm going to switch this to American driving now so we can see what that's like. Okay, so as it is America, I'm going to change this to a country road, and I'm going to make sure that we don't have a car with a very loud exhaust. So actually, I might go for a truck, even though this is definitely a Russian truck, but it's fine. We'll just cope with that for now. And I'm going to make this one snowy and nighttime just to completely change things up. Just so I can show you all the different types of weather and all that sort of stuff. And I guess traffic, we'll change this so it's a bit more dull, because I don't want to crash every 2 seconds because it sort of gets in the way. Okay, this is pretty ridiculous. This is incredibly dark. Right, okay, let me just get into this. And also, this is a manual truck as well. There is no automatic version, so we're going to go straight in to manual driving, which is a bit scary because it's planted us straight on the road, and now we've created a bit of a tailback here. Oh my god, look at this. It's all snowy. There's all the lights going on. Right, okay, let's just start this up. There we go. Now, I don't know which is my clutch here. I'm going to have to play around with this. That's my indicator. That's my hazard lights. If I stick my hazard lights on, is that going to make people move out into the other lane? It is. Or maybe that was a coincidence because he had waited too long. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, my clutch is on left control. So you can see there in the bottom left, there is my clutch. There it is fully depressed. And as I press it, it's going to slowly go down and slowly go back up. And that's going to give us time to sort of move off as well, because we are using a keyboard which is linear, you know, up and down on the keys. Look at that. It's even got an American police car. That's an interesting thing right there, even though most of the other cars are definitely Russian, including this truck. Right, so let's actually just get our lights on. There we go. There's our lights, and I'm going to change it into first. Let me just go back into the interior view so we can see what we're doing here. I'm going to set my wipers on, which doesn't do much in the snow, really. There's nothing to do. Right, oh yeah, seatbelt. Can't forget that. I'm going to give it a bit of revs. Let go of the clutch. Oh my god, there's distortion everywhere. It's okay, I think I know why. I have a feeling that every time we start one of these up, this breaks. Let me just jiggle that about and go back and see if that's actually changed the volume. Yeah, there you go. So apparently there's a glitch with the game when it comes to sound levels and changing profiles. Something to remember. There we go, it's all fixed. There's the distortion gone, so clearly it wasn't about the Australian car. It just was the fact that it was an Australian profile and I hadn't changed the sound. There we go. So here's us driving around on a country road at night. Oh god, I'm only in first gear, aren't I? Hang on. Clutch. Second. Oh, we done it. We changed to second. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay, I've just spun out. That's amazing. Wow, it even has loss of traction in this. No one gives a shit. He's not even got his headlights on. See, look, that's real life. It's like real life with people not having their lights on as well. This is fantastic. Right, let's just stick this back in. I think did I stall the car? No, I didn't actually. It's just a very quiet engine. There we go. Ooh, are we going to spin out again? I might have to sort of counter steer. There we go. Yeah, getting a bit of snow drifting going on. That's amazing. Second gear. Come on. Oh, wow. Like, it won't even let you change gear unless the clutch is completely depressed, which means that these... Oh, okay, that was supposed to be a yield thing. Sod it. Whoa, that was almost an accident. I could barely see. I could barely control. This is amazing. Apparently, I did actually hit that guy because he said I had an accident. So, yeah, if I try to change gear, I'm going to hold the clutch and try and change gear now, and it won't let me. I have to actually hold it, change, let go, and I have to, like, wait for the whole thing to depress before I can use revs again. Otherwise, we'd sort of, like, go... Rrr, like that. If you just heard that for a second, there we go. Third. There you go. It has went... Rrr, because I was trying to rev when the clutch was pressed in slightly. Okay, this is actually amazing. Look at this. This is fantastic. And, yeah, as you can see... It has got... Woo! Avoid you. That's sitting in the middle. Oh, actually, there was a junction there. And there we go. It even has all these American signs, or American-style signs. Right here. Isn't this amazing? This is fantastic. There we go. Onto the freeway entrance. Here we go. Into fourth gear. Come on. We're in fourth. Okay, these people are going slow, and I don't want to slow down. Okay, I'm going to have to slow down, aren't I? Oh, I have no anti-lock brakes. Oh, that's fantastic. I have no anti-lock brakes at all. I actually stalled out there. There we go. Let's start it up. Go to first. Bit of revs. There we go. I've actually got a wheel spin going on because there's not much grip. Into second. Check my mirrors. God, this is amazing. With the steering wheel, by the way, it's so much easier to sort of, like, pay attention to what you're doing. Most of my driving right now is just thinking of what the hell I'm doing with my mouse and my keyboard. With the steering wheel, it is a lot more natural. I can say that. So if you do have a steering wheel, it's a good idea to get this game, I reckon, if this is the sort of thing you'd like to play. I think it's a very, very good sort of driving, learning to drive simulator. I guess that's what it is. And actually on that note, I'm going to change this now up to the Russian rules, and I'm going to go to the career mode to show you guys what that's all about. Okay, so here we are in the career menu, and as you can see, we've got driving school student, then novice, experienced, professional, and special training. And as you do these, you can also unlock new cars as well. If we just go to the car selection here and we go along. So we have all these as standard, all these, but then this stuff onwards, you have to like get 8 achievements to get this one, 16 achievements to get that Lada. Is that a Lada? I think that is a Lada. And then we have 31 for the Peugeot, 31 for this Lada as well, 31 for the Fiat 500, 31 for the... Is that another Lada? I think that is another Lada. And then back to the start. There is also this selection of standard. Not entirely sure what that is, but I do know that you can have mods on this. I've seen people driving around in like GTRs and all this sort of thing in this game, and Ferraris and whatever. So, yeah, maybe that's to do with modding and stuff. And also you can change the colour and everything as usual. And some cars come with automatic gearboxes. These don't. This does. That one has the option for anti-lock brakes. You can also have the novice driver sign and the learner driver sign. All that sort of stuff can be changed. And obviously, yeah, as you go along the career, you can unlock more stuff. All this stuff we can't actually use yet because, as you can see, task not available, task not available. This is the only stuff we can do. So we got car starting, which is just like the very minimal, like what I just showed you starting up the car. And then all this stuff. So I'm going to attempt the reverse parallel parking. Let's go. Okay, here we are. Now, the only problem is because it's in Russian, I don't actually understand that sign right there. Look at this Lada. This is so damn cool. Right, let's just go back to the interior view. So yeah, it should be noted that all of these driving things in the career mode are with a manual gearbox, it seems so far. Let's actually start this up. There we go. I've got to stop before the start line. Okay, that should be easy enough. Oh! Park and brake, first of all. Also, that's definitely distorting the sound again. I forgot about all that. Yeah, that's a weird bug. Maybe if any devs watching, there's a bug right there. Needs to be fixed. Just have to jiggle that about. And now... There we go. No distortion. Lovely. Right, here we go. Park and brakes off. I'm going to give it a bit of revs just so we can move off. Because actually, let me just show you stalling out, by the way. If I just let go of the clutch, it stalls out. Isn't that amazing? And obviously, if I try to start it now without pressing the clutch in, it's going to jerk forward. Actually, it did actually start. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool, actually. Let's go in reverse and try that again. Oh, you left it. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, it's really strict, by the way. If you knock one thing over, it doesn't, like, let you continue. That's it. You got to start again. You got to do it perfect. There we go. Park and brake on. Put our belt on. All that sort of stuff. And stall. There we go. Turn it back on. There you go. So in this car, it actually jerks forward and actually lets you start the car, which is interesting. But some of the others don't allow you to do that. So I'm going to give it a bit of revs. Let go on the clutch. There you go. It does actually move forward. There we go. Now we've got to the start sign. Proceed with the exercise. So I'm going to go up to here. And I'm going to brake, press the clutch in because we don't want to stall it out. And I'm going to go to reverse. And now I'm going to give it a bit of revs. Let go of the clutch. Here we go, and whoop, there we go. Park and set the brake. That was actually quite terrible. Let me just stick that in neutral. Park and brakes on. It says park and set the parking brake. Well, I have set the parking brake. Hang on, I'm probably not in it. No. Okay, I wasn't in it. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. I'm just going to move it over a bit more. I guess I had a bit more that I could have gone in. There we go. Let's go back to reverse. Bit of revs. I'm mostly worried about the clutch. I think that's the problem. There we go. Whoop. And set it into neutral. Park and brake. There we go. Oh, we only got 1 star. I guess that's because we were quite slow. Should try and get more than 1 star. And I'm going to do it in this way because I feel like that's cheating. Look at it from the outside. There we go. Starting the car. Belt on. There we go. Up to the start line. And now proceed. And stop. Now reverse. Oh, that's definitely the wrong way. I've forgotten how to drive. And, oh, look at that. Oh, we did actually knock that thing and only got 1 star. How the hell do you get more than 1 star? Maybe it's a time thing. Oh, well, never mind. Let's try the zigzag one now. Okay, here we go. So it's the same sort of thing again. I'm actually getting quite used to driving with the, even with the clutch as well. By the way, you can actually drive it without the clutch. You can go to the controls thing and you can actually turn it to automatic clutch. But that's not as fun. Even in keyboard mode, it's nice to have it with the clutch. This is a bit of fun. There we go. I'm going to go to the start line. I imagine this one's going to be quite difficult. Here we go. Along here. We can actually turn that steering camera off, by the way. I've just got it on because I haven't changed it up. There we go. So I'm also trying to look with my mouse as well. Get to the stop sign. Nice! That was pretty simple, actually. There we go. Let's try and do a hill start now. It even has the whole explanation of how to do a hill start, how a clutch works and everything. So this is definitely really more aimed towards people who are wanting to learn how to drive. But it's fun even if you know how to drive, to be honest. Okay, here we go. Let's start her up. Parking brake, seat belt. Move it forward. Get before the start. There we go. Now stop before the stop line. So now we've got to get to there and stop. And now I've got to... Oh, I rolled back. Oh, yeah, because I've got to hold the brake. Oh, this is quite awkward. The way I've got my keyboard set up, the brake's going to be quite difficult to try, actually. Oh, it's not in gear. There we go. Oh, I stalled it. How did that happen? There we go. Get to there. Now, move on to here. Right, now set the parking brake. Of course, we had the brake. That was a lot obvious. That was really obvious. Why did I not think of that? I guess in real life driving, to be honest, I don't often use the handbrake on a hill because you don't really need to. Right, so now I want to... Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. I've got the hill start done. Oh, perfect. And I also got an achievement as well. Oh, I got 2. Oh, so the stars relate to the achievements. So there must have been more to the other ones that I just didn't know what they were. Okay. Oh, look, it even has it. To do this assignment to get the achievement. Oh, look. Do this assignment less than 25 seconds to get King of the Hill. Do this assignment without rolling back to get another step back. So that was all that done. Okay, let's try and get 3 stars, shall we? Right, so we have to go like that. I'm just going to... I probably won't be talking now because I want to try and up to there. Stop, brake. There, brake. I did roll back a bit, but doesn't matter. And stop. Parking brake. Continue driving. Wait, what? Did I break it? I think I actually did that so quick that it didn't actually register. Oh, crap. Start again. Okay, let's go. Parking brake. Whoop. And stop. Ooh. And go again. Stop. Brake. Go. I did set... Why is it saying to set the parking brake and then... Oh. That's weird. Okay, it seems to not recognize when I press the start brake. Let's get the parking brake. Let's go again. Here we go. And stop. And go ahead. And stop. Set the parking brake. It wouldn't... Like, maybe do that twice for some reason. I think that might be a bug. And then stop. Oh, nice. Did we get that one? Oh, that was 3 stars. Nice. We did actually do it. Wow. Okay. That's cool. We've got 3 stars on the hill start. And let's just actually finish off with city driving then, shall we? Okay, here we are, and we're in a different car again, which is pretty cool. So let's just go to reverse, and it's all in manual. Ooh, that was kind of terrible, but it's really hard to sort of, you know, whatever. Oh, we need to turn on the lower beam. Okay, need to wear the seatbelt. Okay, that's that all done, and we need to turn right. Need to turn on my beam. I didn't press the button enough times. There we go. Turn right. There we go. So this is our city driving test. I've already broken 4 things. If you look just underneath the map, you can see that I've already broken 4 things. I imagine that this is not going to work out too well for me. Let's just keep going and see what happens. I think when it gets to 0... Oh, there we go. We just broken the speed limit. Oh, it didn't actually count. It just sort of warned me. I'm going to keep going. Hang on. Let's go to 3rd. Oh, I didn't hit the throttle out. Whoa. Straight across on the roundabout. Okay. He actually just completely stopped when I pulled off the road. Okay, well, there we go, guys. That is it. That is City Car Driving. I'll put a link in the description where you can go and buy this game. It may not be for everyone. I think this would be very, very good for those of you who perhaps you can't drive yet. Perhaps you want to drive. Perhaps you're someone who likes to play GTA but drive normally. Why don't you try this? Because it's got the clutch, it's got the H shift. If you've got a steering wheel, it's absolutely brilliant. Highly recommend this game. That's going to be it. I would actually love for you guys to let me know in the comment section, have you ever played this game before? Did it help you learn how to drive, perhaps? Did you feel that you were able to learn things better because you played this whilst also learning to drive at the same time in real life? I would love for you guys to let me know all of that in the comment section below. And maybe if actually you've never heard of this game before, has this video sort of swayed you over? I'll be interested to know if anyone's sort of seen this video perhaps and seen this game for the first time and thinking, yeah, I want that game. Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So there we go. Thank you all very much for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.